What would make you leave your home, your family and friends, to travel to a place that very few people had seen before? A place where there were no cities, no houses, no hotels, no stores, and you had only yourself to rely on. In the 1860s, 100,000 men risked their lives to travel west to present-day Colorado in the hope of finding gold and striking it rich. It was a time known as the Pikes Peak or Bust Gold Rush. This is an artist's painting of what Denver looked like in 1858 when gold was first discovered near Cherry Creek and the South Platte River. What do you see in this painting? That's right, the camp and teepees of Native Americans and the wagons and cabins of newly arriving miners. The Arapaho people were living and hunting in this valley before the miners came. Little Raven, the chief of the Arapaho, greeted the miners to his land. My name is Walter Cheeseman. In 1861, I loaded all my belongings in a cart, hitched my cart to an ox, and headed west to Denver. It took me 3.5 months to get to Denver from Chicago. My ox could only make about 10 miles a day. I wasn't coming to Denver to be a miner. I was coming to start a drugstore. I knew people would need medicine. In my lifetime, Colorado became a state, and Denver grew from cabins on the prairie to a small town to a successful city. I helped make Denver successful. My friend John Evans became the second governor of the territory of Colorado. John Evans and I started a railroad company. We knew that if Denver was not linked to the nation's new railroad, which ran from the east through the western territories to California, Denver would not grow into a city. After the arrival of our company's first train in 1870, more and more people came to Denver. Traveling west became easier and faster. Denver grew quickly. The state capital was ready to move into by 1894. I sold my drugstore and started other companies to help Denver grow. My success was linked to Denver. As the city grew, my wealth grew. I married my wife Alice in 1885. And 2 years later, our only child, Gladys, was born. When Gladys was a teenager, we worked together with architects to draw a new house for our family. The house was to be built on land that had a beautiful view of Pikes Peak. I became sick before we could begin building. I did not live to see the house built, but my wife and daughter made sure it was a special place. The house is over 100 years old now, and there have been many lives and stories to fill the rooms. My wife Alice lived in the house until 1923. When she died, a Colorado businessman by the name of Claude Betcher and his wife Edna bought the house. They lived here for 35 years. When they passed away, their family gave the house and all the Betchers' art and furniture as a gift to the state of Colorado. Now it's a house where Colorado's governors live with their families while they're in office. The house that my daughter Gladys and I dreamed about, and the house that my wife and Gladys built, has always been and will continue to be a house for Colorado's leaders. I invite you to go up to the house now to hear their stories. When you get to the top of the terrace and garden, turn around and look to the southwest. You'll see why I wanted to build my house here. Use the back door to go inside the house. They're expecting you.
I was born and raised where the cattle grazed under Colorado skies. The tumbling creeks of the Spanish Peaks tell tales both old and wise. If you learn to love these mountains, you never will depart. If your heart's in Colorado, Colorado's in your